All right, fam, welcome back to the show. Today is a special one because I'm going to be running through everything. Unfortunately, I have some emergency that I have to attend to, but I wanted to leave this show here with you because I think it's super important. The market has a little bit of a pullback, which honestly I didn't see coming. So I was actually thinking that we're going to just retrace to an OB as we discussed yesterday and then move on from there. But that's not what happened, and I want to elaborate on why. I'm not going to do the whole usual comment, like, whatever, but if you like the content and you appreciate me coming here even for a short one, I would truly appreciate if you smash the like button and just leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe. I bring you literally the best alpha on YouTube, on X, everywhere. I bring you trades like these. I write up threads so you can follow crypto. I also have a daily recap. There is a link in the description to all this. But let's get into it, because what really happened is yesterday was big. Yesterday was big because everybody came out, Trump came out, and they said, you know, what is happening is that there is a total reset with China. We're going to see, you know, a boom in economy. We're going to see the tariffs go down. Already went down to like 30%. Whole show yesterday was about this, which was extremely bullish. And then $2.2 trillion has been added to the US stock market. Extreme euphoria. Everybody's happy. If you look at the charts, probably you could have thought there was going to be a small pullback. But I mean, if you look at it, the only one uncertainty that's been going on is basically gone now, which is absolutely incredible. So anyway, that said, everybody was bullish, everybody was longing, and there's news coming out that there is an unfortunate escalation with China. And that kind of spoofed the market a little bit. It spoofed the market so much so, in my opinion, you can say it wasn't this. There's no apparent reason why this could have caused the dump. But I think it is a major catalyst, because if there is everything happening with China, everything is correct, then what is it that is really the problem here? What is the escalation? And is it really just another fish, you know, catfishing that we've been talking about? And so it actually spoofed the market a lot. $250 million has been liquidated in 60 minutes, basically. The markets don't look decent either now. So if you look at the daily chart, IOTA down 7. Pi. You remember yesterday on the show I told you that it's at the exact level where we showed it down to 45%. Well, it dumped like 30% since then. So like we should have shorted it again. Trump down 10%, Gala down 8%, and now the market is pumping. So like the market is pumping already. If you have seen this in the morning, it was much, much, much worse. And but if you look at it on the weekly, everything is fine. And this is what this show is about today, because I do think that you have to buy the dip. You will regret not buying the dip. The question is really where. Now, a couple of things. One is, last time when this whole US-China tariff situation has been going on, the S&P was down 200 points lower, and 4 Fed rate cuts were expected for 2025. Now, we have 3 cuts, but rather 2, to be very honest. And Wall Street is not calling for a recession, so we're in a much better place. Now, the question can be, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because the market is pricing in a deal that is not going to come and we're going to get a massive pullback, or the situation is just much more clearer and much better. Now, there is from 71% for the recession, the market is pricing in about a 40% for a recession, which genuinely are usually the best buying opportunities in history. So I would not be that worried about a recession being announced, stalled growth. What I would be potentially worried about is what is going to happen leading up to that date. Now, retail is coming. It's not a question. There is something, I don't know if you have seen that text message meme where it goes, I bought Ethereum at, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Ethereum, get me back my Ethereum money. And so apparently, and this is no joke, like apparently Ethereum with an I, has higher search volume than Ethereum. So apparently retail is coming back and retail is going to be here. So we are going to be fine. The S&P had a 20% bounce since the April low that it marked, which officially puts it back into a bull market. We're up now 1,000 points in the month. M2 money supply chart is perfectly following Bitcoin, or Bitcoin following the money supply chart, which we've been going on and on about it for quite a long time. The Goldman Sachs is putting the S&P 500 on a 12-month target to 6,500. So we are onto a massive rally if they get it right, and I do think that they have a possibility of getting it right. And of course, most of the charts do look like this, but I would want to say that it's mostly, I believe, on the good tokens in the disbelief phase. The fact that we weathered everything and Bitcoin is at 100,000, it's just mind-boggling. Some of the tokens, if you look at some of the tokens here in a month, they are up like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent. Let me just refresh this. On the month, Virtual's up. This is on the month. 250, Pengu 160, Brett 167. Even major protocols, Sui 70%, ETH 53%, IMAX 62, Casper 60, Tau 83, WIF up 152. So like Pepe up 90. So we do have massive rebound in the market, and I think everybody's a little bit in disbelief, but I do think still that it is the kickstart of the major bull market. Now, there is a couple of things that we need to weather. One is CPI today. Because of the Jerome Powell, CPI is inflation numbers. So Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, was very clear that he sees uncertainty because of the tariffs. Now with the 90-day pause, if he gets just a tiny bit more dovish, a tiny bit more bullish, I do think that we can see a rate cut in June, and I do think that the CPI numbers will have a major impact on that. Now, do I think that the CPI number is going to come in lower? No. The reason is because it's the last months. Even though there is deal, it's a lagging indicator, and it will not start pricing in the potential impact of the cut in tariffs. Therefore, I do think that the problem can actually come later in the year, and then we're going to have a pullback from like 130,000 down to 100, and everybody will lose their minds. But for now, I think although the inflation numbers are super important, I don't think we're going to get a surprise here on the positive side. And that's actually very good because that will align very nicely with the level that I marked in my Telegram. Now, if you don't know, there is a free Telegram I launched. It is free for now. I will be upgraded into a paid Telegram. It's not going to be expensive. I don't know when. Maybe in a month time, 2 months time. I genuinely don't know when. But for now, it's free. I literally it's like a dumpster for my brain thoughts. So I'm leaving voice notes and whatever that is. There is a link in the description. If you just go down here, it says join Fefe's crypto Telegram. You can just click on the link here and just join in from there. But basically what I wrote here is that this is the level. Any 15-minute market structure shift at or below this level is a heavy long for me. Now, we just hit 4,000 members and we launched it like 3-4 days ago. So there is 100 people waiting now, which is quite cool. So I'm not letting in everybody all at once. But sometimes if I wake up and I have a good mood, and if this video gets like 500 likes, we might get in everybody else. But this is the level that I posted in there. I'm going to keep you posted on this. But what I wanted to elaborate on is why is this level relevant and what is this level exactly? So if you look at it on the daily, I've been saying I've actually been waiting for a rejection here, and I've been waiting for the massive short, and then all the good news came out. Hallelujah. It's very cool. Everything is great. So why am I saying we can have a pullback now? It's because one, it's not a pullback that you necessarily want to short. I will post shorts in the Telegram because I am going to take this as a hedge, but it's not something that you want to look for shorting because we are above the daily and the weekly OB. Everything looks extremely bullish. So I do think that when it comes back to 50. Why? Every single time we had a breakout, we did have a 50% retrace. Every single time. So what you want to look for is a potential 50% discount, for a 50% pullback. Now, it's important to note that there will potentially not be a 50% pullback on the whole leg. So I've been waiting for this on the total market cap down here at like 2.84. The reason why I'm not waiting for that no more is because the market is very strong. Everything seems to be aligning very well. So two levels I'm looking at, this is basically a 50% retrace. So someone asked me the other day, how do I measure this? It's a simple Fibonacci tool, and then just take the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. The 50% retrace is the magic. It always comes back 50%. So what I'm looking at is the 50% level aligns very nicely with the weekly OB, which is a very strong level. So what I would want to see is a dip below the 50% retrace, but I'm not sure that is what we are going to see. So I think we are going to come into this gray box here between the 3.16 trillion and between the 3.808 trillion. And from here, we need to see a reaction, and that reaction can be generational buying opportunity. And I mean it. So like you will definitely regret not buying at these levels. So what I'm looking at is the following. Again, I am looking at a retrace here. I will short it. Again, I'm going to post it in the Telegram. I do not recommend you short it. I might short it with a small amount. We are potentially going to push into this in New York Open. If I see only use a strong market structure shift, which is a very strong liquidation and immediate reversal. It's like a reverse V shape here. An immediate reaction. If I see this, I am going to take a short here, and then I'm going to take a short at retrace. I'm going to keep you posted again in the Telegram group, as I always do with every information. And I'm shorting it down to this region. But ultimately, ultimately, what I really want to do is want to start letting go of the shorting and want to rather just play the retrace and buy everything blindly. I do think that the worst is over. Can we get something reaction after the 90 days over with the tariff deal? Yes. Afterwards, we can. But for now, for the next 90 days, I do think it's up only, and you have to buy these dips. And the way to buy them is to simply accumulate at 50% or the region of that. One of the major levels down here is 3.16. That's what I would want to see. If you look at Bitcoin, what would that mean? Just want to see. Let me just delete everything here. Go on to the 4-hour chart. I actually have a trading channel. I am dropping a video. I'm going to analyze 10 tokens and 10 levels right now. So at the end of this video, there's a link in the description. It says subscribe to Fefe's trading channel. You will be able to see that video where I analyze the tokens today, straight after this. So it's worth checking it out. But for now, Bitcoin, what I can say is something very similar. I do think we're going to come back to somewhere between this region. So somewhere between 99,000, maybe a dip below 100, people will start calling for, 100,000 break, and then they will just start fumbling their bags. But I do think that a retrace to like 99 to 97 and potentially down to 94. Now, what happens if we don't see a market structure shift here? If we don't see a higher high? The problem is, if we don't see that, potentially we go down to like 90K. And that can also happen. Again, I think we're way too bullish for that. But you have to keep it in mind it happens. So we need to see a 15-minute and then potentially a 1-hour market structure shift. And I will keep you posted on all that. And regarding all these other channels, the random man is calling me. Random man is calling me. I'm going to call back. Ren is calling me again. Sir, I'm pre-recording my show. You're in the show.
Okay. Call me back when you're done.
Okay, what do you say? What it said? Give us some alpha now that you called. What's happening now?
Bullish until August, bro. Bullish until August.
Exactly.
Don't stop this train until August.
Okay, we'll call you back afterwards. Okay. So this is exactly what I said. 90 days, right? 90 days. So he is also counting on the whole tariff thing. The whole tariff thing is counting on, and I do believe that what we're going to see is a push into that 90 days. So anyway, Bitcoin is this. We discussed Bitcoin. If you want to see all the other coins that I'm going to analyze, again, I'm going to do that on the 100 Less Club straight after this show. You will see it on the end screen as well. And I wanted to tell you one more thing. We have the privilege of working with great exchanges. And the way it works for you is I told them that I want to work with exchanges that can actually give us extreme value. When I say us, I mean the community. So one, you can trade with 0% maker fee on Albank. They've been here since 2015. Non-KYC available worldwide. 0% maker fee means if you take a limit order, you don't pay anything. It's free to trade on. You get a bunch of bonuses based on your trading, not trading bonuses, but actual bonus dollars into your spot account that you can withdraw. The best thing is that based on trading volume, you can win $2,000 at the end of the highest trading volume gets $2,000 from me. The second gets 1,000 and the third gets 500. So go ahead and check them out. They have a bunch of cool bonuses. They've got a bunch of weekly giveaways and much more. 0% maker fee. Go and check them out. And guys, I truly appreciate you for being here with me. Congratulations for Coinbase. I didn't mention that, but Coinbase is going to be the first crypto company that's going to be added to the S&P. Absolutely huge. So congratulations to them, and come back for another one. Usually it's a longer show, usually it's more detailed, but unfortunately this is what I have time. I have to run. Truly appreciate you. Check out these 2 videos. This is going to be the trading show that I was talking about. Go and check that out. Subscribe here by clicking here and come back for another one. I believe I'll see you in the next one. Take care.